Not to put too fine a point on it, but yeah, not only do expert witnesses work in new jurisdictions and new levels, they might work in federal versus state, but they might work in a commercial court or who knows what. But these laws are dynamic; they're always changing. So, to what extent does an expert witness need to take a proactive approach and make sure that they understand the minutia of admissibility? Is that more incumbent on the attorney, or is that something that experts truly do need to ask about every time?
Yeah, I appreciate it is challenging enough for attorneys whose job it is to stay on top of all of these things. So I appreciate that that might not always be realistic. You might not have the resources or the ability to do it. My firm, for example, always has from the beginning an order of proof for the things we need to prove at trial, right? And that's something that is just like ingrained in our practice. I don't think every firm does that. And so I think in terms of like raising this issue early, and you as the expert are going to be much better prepared to say, this application right here is the place where I think they're going to push the hardest, right? Like this is the place where I'm applying this. I think it's totally, this is a totally legitimate way to do this. This is supported by X and Y and Z publication, or it's a reasonable extension of X and Y and Z methodology. But like this is the thing that they're going to say is a little out there. I think that's helpful for you to flag for the attorneys so that they can do the appropriate legal research and make sure, okay, this is well within the bounds of what a court is going to say is admissible. I mean, I think luckily here, your incentives and the lawyer's incentives are aligned. They don't want to get their expert thrown out. Like they've hired you and they're paying you because they think this is really important for the case. So I think they will hopefully, and I would hope they would welcome any of that kind of like, hey, let's just make sure that, all of this is kosher and there aren't going to be any issues because they want you right up there testifying at trial too.